So you're looking to sharpen your brand's competitive edge, right? Well, there's one strategic tool that is absolutely essential for that. Today, we're going to break down how to do a brand audit. Think of this as your playbook for making smarter, more informed decisions about your business's future.
You know, in the high-stakes game of business, every single decision you make is a strategic move. I mean, everything, from your logo to your tagline to your customer service. Each one of those choices shapes how you're seen and ultimately decides whether you win or lose.
And that really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? How can you be sure your brand is making the right moves to win? Well, this is exactly the problem that a brand audit is designed to solve.
Okay, so let's get right into it. First things first, we need to define our key strategic tool here. So what exactly is a brand audit?
The best way to think of it is like a full-on health checkup for your brand. It's this really deep, objective analysis that tells you exactly where you stand, what's working, what's not, and, crucially, how you stack up against your competition.
So here's the most important part. An audit gives you that 30,000-foot view of everything. It lets you scan the whole market, see all the patterns, and, this is the best part, identify those hidden gaps and opportunities to be different that your competitors are totally missing.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. This sounds like a lot of work. And you're not wrong, it is. But the payoff? Oh, it's enormous. Let's talk about why a brand audit is your ultimate power-up.
First up, it just cuts through all the noise. All the internal assumptions, all the external chatter, gone. It gives you this crystal clear, data-backed picture of your brand's strengths and weaknesses, so you can finally make decisions with real confidence, not just, guesswork.
And here's where it gets really interesting. That clarity? It leads directly to growth. See, when you truly understand your unique spot in the market, you can sharpen your messaging with, surgical precision to attract the customers you really want.
And all of this leads to the ultimate prize. A strong, well-positioned brand is a premium brand, period. An audit gives you the insights to frame yourself as the absolute best choice out there, which gives you the power to command higher prices. It's a total game changer for your brand's value.
Great. So we know what it is, we know why it's so valuable. But knowing when to pull the trigger on an audit, well, that's just as critical as knowing how to do one.
Think about these key moments. Let's say you're about to do a major rebrand. You have to do an audit first to make sure you're building on solid ground. Or maybe you're going through a merger and you need to figure out how to blend two different brand identities. What if you just feel like you're lost in a sea of sameness? Or, hey, you can just do one as a proactive annual checkup to stay ahead of the game. These are the times when a deep dive is absolutely non-negotiable. Okay, time to get into the nuts and bolts. We've covered the what, the why, and the when. Now let's actually walk through the practical, 6-step playbook for getting your own brand audit done. So here's the framework that's going to guide you. Step 1, you got to identify your key competitors. Who else is on the field with you? Step 2, you gather up all the brand assets, yours and theirs, to get a complete inventory. Then steps 3 and 4, that's the deep dive. You analyze the verbal stuff, the messaging, the tone, and the visual stuff. Then comes step 5, the crucial part, where you take all that data and figure out your unique strategic position. And finally, step 6, you put it all together in a powerful report that will guide every decision you make from here on out.
So, let's kick it off with step 1. And look, this isn't just about listing your direct rivals. No way. You need to map out the entire landscape. Who are the benchmark brands? Who are the ones you aspire to be like? Who's doing something really cool even if they're in a totally different field? This map is the foundation for everything else.
So once you've gathered all that stuff in step 2, you move on to the real analysis in steps 3 and 4. This is where you dissect how your competitors talk to the world. What kind of voice are they using? What colors do you see over and over again? You're basically a detective, looking for patterns in their words and their visuals to find those amazing opportunities to be different.
All of this incredible work leads to the brand audit report. But listen, this is not just some boring collection of data. No, it's the tangible result of step 5, where you've put all the pieces together to find that one unique strategic position for your brand. The whole point of the report is to light up that path, to pinpoint exactly where and how you can win.
Now, you've got the 6-step playbook, but a mission this critical, it requires the right players to pull it off. To get a truly objective and valuable result, you've got to assemble a specialized team. Your A-team really should be an objective third-party crew.
You need a brand strategist to see the big picture, a senior graphic designer who can decode the visual language of the market, and a senior copywriter to analyze the messaging and tone. Together, they give you that essential 360-degree view you just can't get from the inside.
So, after all this research, all this analysis, all this teamwork, what's the ultimate takeaway? What's your brand's next move going to be?
You know, I think this quote from brand strategist Brian Lisher just nails it. A brand audit isn't some academic exercise or a report on the past. It is a strategic roadmap for the future. It gives you the clarity and the confidence to make the right moves.
So as we wrap this up, the whole point comes back to you. The audit gives you the map and the compass. Now the only question left to answer is, what winning move will your brand make next?